Hey folks, it's your buddy Mike Messier. A little Rick Shroeder thoughts. To me, I actually met Rick Shroeder once a long time ago. I happened to be in Los Angeles. I was auditioning for an HBO pilot. You can see more about this experience in my short film Rejected by Reality, which is on the Mike's Original Films playlist. When I met Rick Shroeder, it was a quick exchange. I did most of the talking. And, I grew up watching this guy, a couple years older than me, on the sitcom Silver Spoons. And it always seemed like he had a fun life on that show. The character, I know it's a character. Ricky Stratton, played by Ricky Shroeder. And then as I got to know more about this actor, and I guess a big film he did was called The Champ, where he played the son of a heavyweight slugger, boxer. And, spoilers, but if you've ever seen the movie, hey, champ, come on, champ. He did a movie, Shroeder did, years later with a young Brad Pitt, where they played brothers. And it was kind of a cool movie that not a lot of people have seen. I'm trying to remember the title of it, but I'm having a hard time remembering the title. But if you just look up Rick Shroeder and Brad Pitt as co-stars, you can use the IMDb website to do that. A lot of people don't know all the little tricks you can do in IMDb. Some people don't even know about that website. It's the Internet Movie Database. If you're looking for any information on any film, go to imdb.com. Now, it gets to the point. Rick Shroeder, I guess this was yesterday, so that would be May 15th, 2021. I think that's when the situation occurred. It was actually Rick Shroeder's phone. So normally when we see celebrity incidents, like Adam Sandler getting pissed off because he can't get a table in IHOP right away, or it's usually some civilian who's trying to do a gotcha on the celebrity. Now in this case, it's the celebrity, Rick Shroeder, trying to pull a gotcha on a civilian. And when I say civilian, it's just a guy working at Costco. And look, I don't know the guy working at Costco. I've never seen him before. Just a regular guy. But to me, it's like, do you blame the Ronald McDonald statue outside of a McDonald's if you get a bad hamburger, Rick? I mean, you can't. This guy we don't know anything about him, but we can just tell by looking at him. He's probably working. He's got a job. He's not in charge of anything. He doesn't make policy for the fucking Costco company. He doesn't, you know what I mean? This guy's just kind of get through in life. And not to say, I don't know that much about Rick Shroeder on a personal level, except when I did meet him once. He was a nice enough guy. And he's doing these, now flash forward several years later, he's funding this Kyle kid that shot and killed people, and he's funding the legal team and just making some decisions that are pretty radical in their own way. Shroeder is, and now it's kind of like he's trying to bait this poor Costco worker. And look, see, this is the thing, Rick, if I can call you that. I don't want to call you Ricky. That would be offensive to you in your life, but you got to pick your shots, so to speak. Not like Kyle, your buddy, but you got to pick your spots in life and say, is this guy who works at Costco, who's basically the doorman at Costco, if you can even call him that, a greeter? I mean, are you going to expect that the greeter of Costco can make these important decisions? Like, it's not his personal choice whether or not to let the great Ricky Shroeder of Silver Spoons from 30 years ago into the Costco without a mask. And his opinion does not matter for him even, because he's just trying to do his fucking job. And it's like you're picking on this guy. And look, we're all citizens. We all have one vote, blah, blah, blah. But in reality, folks, there is a fucking social schema to life. And this gentleman, on the surface at least, and hey, maybe this Costco guy runs some internet company that I don't know about and has millions, but from the looks of him, he's just a regular schlub trying to do his job, trying to get through in life. And does he need this Hollywood prick coming around, harassing him, videotaping him, giving him a hard time? The answer is no. So it just seems like an act of bullying, Rick, an act of self-indulgence, arrogance. And sure, if you want to debate, and look, there's a lot of questions. If we're getting these vaccines, maybe it's a lack of patience, perhaps. Maybe we have a little goddamn patience. If it's a lack of vaccines, more people should get the vaccines, and then we won't have to carry a mask in our pocket. And sometimes you wear them and sometimes you don't. And yes, we're all going through the stress and the anxiety. Hey, I'd like to go out and party like it's 1984 and not worry about anything and not feel the need to wear a mask or even carry a mask. But that's not the situation right now. So you have to grow the fuck up a little bit, Rick. I mean, you have to understand, first of all, if you have a problem with the Costco policy, and I love the fact of that video that they gave him his money back and get the fuck out of here. Go shop somewhere else. Go wherever the fuck you want. But they're just trying to do their fucking job and get through the fucking day. And they don't need your harassment. And not everybody, this is one thing I've learned. Hey, some people are very comfortable on camera. I don't mind being on camera. But I don't want to be living my life normally and having someone stick a camera in my face. And if you notice in my rants, I tend to go deep into a parking lot or deep into a secluded area because I don't want to get anyone on camera that doesn't want to be on camera. It's just simple fucking courtesy. So when Rick does this video and he's trying to expose Costco or the inconsistencies or the hypocrisies of the masking issue, what you're really doing is exposing, Rick Shroeder, your own arrogance, your own out-of-touchness, your own bullying nature, and you're seeming like a real Hollywood prick, a washed-up Hollywood prick, might I add. So, I mean, granted, Rick Shroeder's got a great fucking career behind him. Has he done much lately? I don't know. And I think that's the issue. Most people think of, oh yeah, the Silver Spoons kid. I mean, at least I remember the goddamn Brad Pitt movie he did. But Brad Pitt went off and became Brad Pitt, and Rick Shroeder, not so much. So it's disheartening to me because when I think of Rick Shroeder, I remember when I met him briefly, nice guy, didn't say much, I did most of the yapping, but to see him get to the point where this entitlement, this caste system that he's putting himself up and beyond, Rick, you need to come down to earth a little bit. If you want to fund Kyle Rittenfuck or whatever the fuck, you're not making movies. You're not doing things productively. If you have a base, if you have a fan following that loves this, that, oh, you harassed the fucking Costco guy, good for you, then that speaks more about them than it does anything else. But I think you're way out of fucking line. You need to, if that guy that played your dad on Silver Spoons is still alive with the brown hair, you need to call him up and have a game of air hockey or a game of ping pong and discuss things and get a man-to-man talk. I mean, I'm just trying to level with people who are watching this. Not that I mean, if Ricky Shroeder's watching this, fine, but Rick, you're being a prick and you're being a bully to a regular schlub, just a guy trying to do his job. I mean, Christ. I mean, pick your spots. If you want to write a letter to the owner of fucking Costco and say, hey, if you don't change your mask policy, I'll send my little buddy Kyle over with his machine gun and kill you, then go ahead and do that. But that's a joke, by the way. Don't take me up on that. But to just go to the fucking Costco and videotape a poor guy like you're swinging the cape of valor, you're not. You're being a prick. You're being a fucking asshole. You're being a nuisance to society. I don't know if any laws are broken. But the poor bastard, he's obviously uncomfortable. You can tell the guy, the Costco guy, is uncomfortable. He's wearing his mask. He's just trying to make his fucking hourly wage, Rick. He's not living off of residuals from when he was a kid actor on the cover of Dynamite magazine in his blue sweater and his crossed arms like you. Okay, this guy's living, trying to do his fucking job, and you're giving him a hard time and trying to make a fucking name for yourself again on Twitter or whatever the fuck. So maybe you and Scott Baio and these other fucks can get together and, you know, have a little conference, and Stacey Dash, and you can all sit around and talk about the good old days when you meant something to people other than being annoying. You know, life has passed you fucking by. I mean, at least Pauly fucking Shore has the decency to make a comedy act about it. And what's her face? Kathy Griffin can be self-depreciating, but you, Rick, I'm sorry, but your adulthood has not matched your childhood. You've become a bit of a disgrace to your own 12-year-old self, and I think you owe the world an apology, okay? So there you fucking have it. Mike Messier, the Redeemer of Truth. Little shout out to my buddy Kevin Castle there on Twitter, the wrestling guy, although he doesn't appreciate Barry Windham or I believe Arn Anderson, but Kevin Castle made me aware of this topic a bit with a tweet, but other people were tweeting. It was Twitter fucking happy. It was tweeter fodder. MikeMessier.com, Mike Messier YouTube channel. Subscribe to Mike Messier YouTube channel. Thank you.